Hello and welcome again to another StarCraft replay by myself. This is a TvT Metalopolis. Let us begin. Production. This is a game where I've been really trying to, let's put it on everything. I've really been trying lately to be a little bit more reactionary in my builds. Sometimes I go in with a plan. Sometimes I go in with a I don't know what I'm going to do and maybe I'll try this. But on this game, I actually had a plan to not have a plan. Meaning, I wanted to be purely reactionary. I wanted to scout first, see what he was going to do, and then modify my build according to that. I usually, and there's a difference between that and being indecisive. The games that I lose are when I'm indecisive, where I'm thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? This time I was like, I'm gonna do everything normally, maybe the 1-1-1, but I'm gonna watch and see what he's gonna do. Fairly long game, very uneventful throughout the middle of it. I'm gonna go to 4 times speed. Not much happens. Go to his camp.
Our SCVs are under attack.
So, maybe I can take some HP off one of those SCVs just for fun. And then away we go.
Upgrade complete.
Fast expand. He goes for a fast expand. Pretty risky maneuver against Terran, unless you bunker up and have a quick tank. He builds 3 barracks. I would have built 1 barracks and a factory, and then a 2nd barracks.
Add-on upgrade complete.
And definitely a bunker. At this point, he should have been a lot more leery about aerial assaults.
Add-on complete.
What am I doing? See, I'm already like, okay, this is about the time I can expect a drop, if not sooner. Banshees, yada yada yada, so turrets everywhere. I mean, if you're going to close air against a Terran, you better get some surface to air missiles. You're going 4 times speed. Okay, alright, here's where I'm at now. I've scanned him a couple times and I've seen this, which gives me a pretty good feeling. He's going, mass bio. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to put some tanks on the ground in strategic locations so that if he drops, I can deal with an air. If he goes to my front, I got at least 1 tank there, bunker, etc. I've got, got a Viking in the air to spot for anything that's coming. I've got a guy in the tower. I'm not seeing anything coming. So I'm pretty relaxed. I've got my 2nd command center built, and then I'm getting my 3rd right away. And it was kind of at this point where I thought, if he hasn't attacked yet, he's turtling. And he's probably expecting me to attack first, so I'll just run into a siege line perhaps. I keep putting these scans down, and I keep seeing an army that's probably less valuable than mine. Let's go to army. Actually no, he's got a more expensive army than me. But at any rate, my point is, I thought, why don't I do this? I'll get a few tanks, I'll expand everywhere, and then at some point I'm going to proxy some starports and just start massing up battle cruisers. It's fairly rare for me to get battle cruisers to work, and I thought I'd try it this time. In my experience, battle cruisers, if you're going to get them, you got to upgrade them. A bunch of Stin Marines can easily take out a couple of them, but it's harder for Stin Marines to take out like a whole fleet of them, and an upgraded one at that, with the Yamato cannon, etc. So that was my plan. Let's fast forward. Take a look at the income. Alright, I'm just 2 workers north of him. Definitely just a little bit more income than him. Now we're even. Let's take a look at the distribution of workers. Okay, I need to distribute more workers over here. This one's just about mined out. You'd be surprised how much of a difference it makes. Alright, finally some action. He drops, and I was like, oh my gosh, are you serious, dude? Is this it? I mean, we're 14 minutes into the game, and this is what you're doing. So, I don't know. I just sent what I had marine-wise, didn't even worry that I didn't have medvacs. One push of the T button, I stem. They're never going to get healed, because I don't make a single medvac. I'm not really going bio. Not worried about it. Alright, so at this point, okay, if he's going to push here, you know, I'll be able to spot him. Got tanks at the ready. If he comes this way, you know, I'll definitely know about it, be able to rally any troops that I have here. He could take this out. And I was kind of stupid for making this an orbital. Should have made it a planetary. That's my rule. Anything after your second is a planetary. Alright, need to get some upgrades. If I'm going to make battle cruisers, I want the armory. So the armory goes down pretty soon. Take a look again at the army value. Okay, his army is more valuable than mine. Very interesting, but I haven't made these big Godzilla guns yet. I pretty much, yeah, I'm still cranking out a couple more of these, but my plan was to kind of stop after about maybe a half dozen of these, maybe 8 tanks, and then just focus exclusively on battle cruisers. As you can see, I've got them queued up, tying up resources, but I don't know if I really want to make any more than 4 of these things. There's just not enough gas on the map. More. So I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do. And I think honestly he was hoping I was gonna attack him so he could do a lot of damage with his tanks. It's a lot of tanks. Now he had scanned this, so he's gonna come up and around. There we go. After I saw that, I thought, alright, well, do I really want to keep it? Yeah. So I decide I'll get just a couple of tanks, 3 of them, and position them so that he's going to go into my siege line, get my air force, and just be ready to defend this. But he was too good. He was too quick on the draw for me, and he ends up pretty much taking us out. Now, I could have grabbed all my tanks, and if this was my only play, I would have. But unbeknownst to him, I had another ace in the pocket. These guys. So I thought, let's play a little game. And this little game goes like this. He's going to think he's going to win. And I'll wait until the very last minute and surprise him with my battle cruisers. Abusive, cruel, yes. Fun, yes. Is not half 4 psychological? Check my gases. Okay, 4 on that one. Believe me, that's actually an improvement. It's usually 1. 3, 1, 1. Okay, when I swiped workers to transfer them, I must have grabbed gas ones. Something else I gotta work on. Alright, so he's gonna work counterclockwise. He doesn't bother going up here, thankfully. If he did, then I certainly would have had to have dealt with the battle cruiser issue. would have been a different scenario if I were mining up here, because then my SCVs after this fell would have gone up here, and that's where he would have gone. So instead, they go over here, and that's where he goes, drawing him away from my little stash. Yeah, I would like to save this, but I really don't care. I actually don't care. I want him to think that he's going to win. And you've done this too, so don't leave guilt trips on me for this. Oh, get back, back. Alright, I want to point one thing out. Low-level players. Scan your opponent's tanks and click on one of them. Dotted line is the radius of his attack. Don't put your siege tanks in that dotted line. If you've got air superiority, I'm not going to be able to hit this tank, and even if you put a tank like exactly on that line, if you get those guys, bring him forward, you can see him, but he's not going to be able to see you. These Vikings give you extra range. Well, they give you extra vision, so that you can outrange an opponent who's even on the high ground. So that's what's important. You know, scan, click, look at where you're at, and then just basically put all your guys right on that line, exactly right on that line, and you'll be safe. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Upgrade complete.
Under secret missiles. Alright, so I thought, well, I'm out of tanks. So if I wait for him to come here, I'm screwed. He's gonna massacre me. So I thought, it's go time, baby. Just when he thought he was gonna win. It's so sad. Wonderful splash damage. And of course he's probably using foul language at this point. So I'm on 2 bases now that are pretty much mined out. Almost mined out. But I got a lot of these. And I got enough money, but I really need to rebuild. Because if, for whatever reason, if he's able to hold this off or deal significant damage against my battlecruisers, I'm going to need to keep production going. So, get these guys up, even though I think the game is in the bag. Never get cocky. Never get cocky in this game. Assume the game is going to keep on going. You aren't going to beat this, dude. It's not going to happen. I was still working on my 2-2. Alright, leaves the game. It's the night train, baby! So, this is the first time in a long time that I actually made battlecruisers work. They can be useful. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching.